everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope it's nice and sunny and warm wherever you're at. I am lighting my palo. I want to do something different today. Only because I know that I can do it, and I really haven't had the confidence to do it with you guys. Look at some palo. What I'm going to do is we're going to take a journey. I have subjects here like the Senate, America, the economy, Congress, the border, the Republican Party. And I'm going to sit here and do a live remote with you. I've already prayed up, cleared up, and I'm ready to go. So let's get down to it. The first up, and then I'm going to pull a card along with my reading of this. So the first one is the Senate. I'm going to look at the Senate and see where it's at. The first image that I have is there's a great big huge pit, like a dark pit. And somebody's crawling up out of the dark pit, and they're on the, say, plateau up on top. And that person is getting up there. It's a man. And he gets up there and he's going like this, and he's wiping off all of the dirt and everything off of him. And then he turns around and he holds a hand out, and he starts pulling people up. And then that person starts pulling people up. And this is what I see in the Senate, that they're going to get out of that dark, deep pit that they have been in for quite some time. I also see a sign of some of them not reaching out, and they lose their grip, and they all fall backwards. They fall backwards into the pit. And these are the Senate. These are the people in the Senate. What else? What else in the Senate? It's like once they're all up on top, they feel the earthquake. Like they're going through an earthquake. Everybody is trying to just stand still and do this up on top of the plateau. What's the earthquake about? The grumbling. The grumbling of the earth. The grumbling of the dark pit. They start to hear noises from the dark pit. And they start walking away. They start walking away, and the noise from the pit gets lowered. You can't hear it anymore. They walk so far away from the dark pit. And they start smiling again. They start congratulating each other like we did it. The sun comes up, and they're all basking their faces in the sun. How long do we have to wait for this change to happen? So it's already started. The wheels are turning. There's no way back. There's no going back, that says. And this is the Senate. Okay, let me pull a card. There it is, the world. The encompass of the world. She's there. She sees the light coming down. She feels it. They have the world at their hands. The world is changing. This is the Senate. Fantastic. All right, so now I'm going to look at America in general. Whew. Right now, the first image that I see of America is I see Swiss cheese is what I saw. The first image of America, I looked at the America, like on a map. And I see Swiss cheese all over the place. The holes. What are the holes? The negative thinking. The Swiss cheese is the negative thinking, and it's like scattered all over. So what else? What is going to happen with that? I see the holes drying up. I see the holes drying up. The holes are shriveling and drying up of the negative energy. I see that, unfortunately, I see a lot of those negative and ideals and people, they're going to be dying off. Nobody wants, I'm not advocating for people who dying, but this is how it's going to happen. We have brand new babies coming in. I see the brand new babies coming in. The brand new babies are actually, they're filled with the knowledge of the world. They're filled with higher intentions. They're filled with higher vibrations. The babies are going to start speaking earlier, walking earlier. The babies are going to automatically know what a computer is, automatically know how to function. The Spirit just told me we're having a lot of children ascend onto the earth that are self-sufficient. Like they are very, very easy to raise. They're here for the next generation. They're here to change the whole vibration of the earth. They literally just said that the earth has been calling for this. The earth that is alive has been screaming and hollering and has been calling for this change. All right, let's see what the cards say. The Queen of Swords, the feminine, the knowledge, looking for a better way of doing things. The Queen of Swords, she's more into, like the business and knowing what to do. Cutting through the crap, I guess. So this is the energy of America going forward. Very nice. All right, the economy. Let me see what Spirit has to say about the economy. Ooh. The first one is I see that great big old huge signal where the flag goes up and the white flag is waving. The white flag is waving. We surrender. The economy surrenders. The economy surrenders to the old ways of doing things. I see everybody walking around with a sword. So I'm thinking that is probably representation of a new idea. Everybody is like bringing out their sword and like, I have this and I have this. And so there's going to be a lot of new ideas coming across for the economy. There's like pockets of dark matter all over the United States, and I see the people like bags, and they're putting this dark energy or this dark whatever it is into these trash bags, and they're cinching the trash bags up, and they're like putting it on a boat. Everybody is putting it on a boat. And they're coming back with their swords, and they're like, okay, we have a better idea. So the economy is, they're trying to clean it up. What kind of time span are we looking at? I see the people of today, the middle people, like the 50s, they all they're really old. So I'm thinking maybe in the next 10 to 15 years, because they showed me with their swords they're young, but they're the same people who are also bagging it up and putting it on the boat, and they look now older. So I'm thinking maybe 10, maybe 15 years, 20 years, the economy will be cleaned up, is what it looks like. We'll have better ideas and better things to do. The boat, I asked what the boat, where the boat's taking all of this, and the boat is showing me it goes out into the ocean, and it like opens up the bags, and the dark matter goes up into the heavens, and it turns pure again. It's like the energy is being washed, or something comes down and takes care of it and washes it, or whatever it's doing. But it turns, the energy goes up and then it turns white, so it's being purified. Maybe that's a better way of saying it. That's fantastic. Okay, let's pull a card on the economy and see what the economy says. The Wheel of Fortune. Economy, the Wheel of Fortune. You know, it's going to look better. The money's going to look better. We're going to come into our fortune. We're going to come into being a lot easier, better people in this world. We're going to spend better. We're going to invest better. We're going to have some really wonderful, wonderful ideas. So that's the energy of the economy. Fantastic. Okay, now we have Congress. And I'm going to see what Congress looks like. Congress, if you ever seen the wheels of inside of a clock, that's what it looks like, the wheels, cogs of a clock, and that's what the picture they showed me of Congress. They have a little person, not little person, but I mean, in the picture, the cogs are really big, and there's a person there that looks small. And that person is there, and it's like they shut it down. They shut it all down. And that person has a chisel and a hammer, and he's like clearing out any debris inside the cogwheels. And then there's another person there with like a sponge or whatever and shining it up. So that tells me that is also, the Congress is also being cleaned up so it'll function better. Like they're taking out all of the little bits and pieces that used to stop the wheels. Once it gets going, it's going to start functioning. So the Congress is going to start functioning a lot better. What are we looking at? They literally just showed me a great big old huge 3. Like in 3 years, whatever happens in 3 years, the Congress starts to work together. They start to function better, and the cogs they already taken out and shined it up. Why are they going to? The committees are actually going to do what the committees are supposed to do. They're going to help hold people accountable. They won't allow the bad behavior anymore. So that's Congress. Congress is going to start working and function like it's supposed to, get the cogs going. Okay? So let's see what the cards say of the energy of the cards. See what the card of the Congress has. Oh, 10 of Pentacles. The Congress isn't in charge of the purse of the United States, and the 10 of Pentacles, where they're going to be happy. People are going to be happy. The parents, the children are going to be happy. We're going to get back to functioning. Absolutely, we're going to get back to functioning in the Congress. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the border. Let me see what the border. You know what I see first? The first image that came across is, have you ever seen those beaches out in the middle of the ocean where all of the trash washes up to the beach? And you look down the beach and it's just littered and it's just trashed. Just trashed. That's the first picture that came to me. Like I guess that the waves are the immigrants that are coming, and it's being washed up onto the shore. I mean, they have people walking along the shore that are picking up the litter, but it's really not doing a whole heck of a lot of good. It's like there's so much. So there's people in the middle of the island who are in council. I don't know why they just showed me a great big old huge picture of like Game of Thrones, the big old huge council tables and the king or whoever's at the end. This is what's going on. Is there's a whole bunch of people and they're there like, we need this and we need that and we need to do that. So they're in council. They have immigrants there telling them, they're asking them, why are you coming? What are you doing? They're telling the council about how scary it is in their country. And what can you do about it? So they're still in deliberation. They're still trying to figure out what to do. But the nice thing about this council is that they're humanely looking at it. They're looking at their point of view as well. So what else is going to go on with the border? I see a big machine on the beach now. So it looks like they do come up with a bigger idea. And the machine is like a sorting machine. Like this, like a sorting machine. I don't know, like this goes over here, this goes over there, that goes over there, this goes over there, that goes over there. So a sorting machine is now cleaning up the beach. And it's functioning. It's doing a lot. It's making an impact. So what I also see the council saying, how, like, what amount of money is going to fix this, to employ. It's like they have more jobs, like the job, like 10 people job, it goes to 20 people job, and it goes to 30, it goes 50. Like there's so many jobs down there for the Americans to go help with the border. So that is going to also expand. And that's one of the United States promise, that we're going to provide jobs. This is one of the places where they're going to provide a lot of jobs in order for that sorting machine that is more efficient to function. But it all looks like more kindness, and it all looks like more humane. There's nothing that looks like scary or anything. It's just going to function a lot better. And start to clean up the beach. For some reason, I don't know what this is, and I don't know, maybe but it's showing me like a cleaned up city on the other side of the border. Like somebody gets in there, like after the council, after they've talked to them, they go back and they really start to clean up their city. Just one right now, but I mean, that's what it looks like. Like they really go back with tools and ideas. Well, maybe they also get some money to help clean up their city so that they can start healing their country. I see that. Interesting. Okay, so let me see what the cards say. Let me see what the border cards has to say. Aww. The 9 of Pentacles. the Nine of Pentacles, as you can see, she has this smile and she has this help and she has the dove, you know, that great idea, that new beginning, that, you know, that we can attain success. She has a cauldron, the coins down through here. We can attain a success as well with help from, you know, the dove. So that's a great picture, a great card for the border, the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so now let's do the Republican Party. Let me see about the Republican Party. The first image that I asked about the Republican Party came across is, for some reason, there's a person that's on a swing. Have you ever seen like a trapeze? I don't know what the picture is, but the trapeze, there's one person on this swing. They're standing up and they're holding on and they're flying over the top of all of these people. He's flying back and forth over the top of these people, whoever that is. Oh, so this is the Republican. I guess this is the representation of the Republican Party. Like they're on this thing and they're flying back and forth over the top of the people. I think that maybe represents the ego and that we're above you and things like that. But the people below, they all have like weapons and they're hitting it. And every time it comes by, you know, they take another notch out of the wooden platform that they're flying over, like bam, bam, bam. So every time they fly over, okay, so now somebody has now cut the rope and they're hanging. And now their feet are dangling in the people, and their people are still hitting and trying to, you know, get at them, and the feet are going back and forth in the crowd, like trying to save themselves, and they're holding on. These are graphic, so sorry. But this is what the Republican Party looks like right now. I see people coming and dispersing the crowd so that they can lower them down, and they get down to the ground, and they have people like tending to the wounds and the fear, and the angry mob is kind of backed off. And it's like medical people, I guess. I don't know. I see the blue, like police or medical or whatever, and they're taking care of this person that was hanging over. They're scared. They're nervous. But they pull him up and they put handcuffs on him. And they're hauling him off. And the mob is like, yay! All right, that's the Republican Party. That's what the picture they gave me for the Republican Party. The people have already picked a new leader. So I think that represents the old Republican Party where they were taking that down, and they've already picked a new leader. But this new leader comes around and says, you know, let's get back to our values. Let's get back to this. They get back to that. You know, nobody trusts the Republican Party at this point in time. So even the crowd's going, yeah, well, we'll see. But it does look like the Republican Party is being taken down by their own followers. Interesting. All right. So let's do a card for the Republican Party. King of Swords. For the Republican Party. Maybe that's their new leader. You know, the King of Swords really is analytical, and he's like a lawyer or a judge, and you know he really can hold down an office, and he can really think everything through, and he can really do what he needs to do to get that done. So if, you know, what they have been is inverted King of Swords. That's where they've been, where it's been manipulating and lying and stuff like that. So they're trying to get upright again with the King of Swords. So, all right. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you very much. I think that's all I got. I hope you really enjoy this.